Big things come in small packages, or at least that's what they would say about Ant-Man. Like Aquaman before him, Ant-Man was something of a punchline with Marvel fans, but thanks to the success of his solo films and his appearance in Civil War, fans are really looking forward to Scott Lang helping the Avengers out yet again in the upcoming epic Avengers Endgame.
Wow, this is awesome. Captain America. I know you too. You're great.
But while we've all had our theories about Ant-Man's importance to the plot, Captain Marvel may have shed some light on why Scott will be even more important than we initially thought. Fans were already pretty excited about the prospect of a Captain Marvel movie when it was announced, but when it turned out that it was she who Nick Fury paged at the end of Infinity War, essentially hinting that she'd have an important role to play in the film, fans got even more excited. But thanks to Carol Danvers' own solo movie, the attention may now shift away from her and towards the most unlikely of heroes thanks to a revelation about the character's powers.
Shall we play, Doctor?
This way, sir?
As you likely know by now, Scott Lang was in the quantum realm during the decimation and ended up surviving Thanos' fateful snap. He's come back to a world that's been devastated, but instead of becoming Joel from The Last of Us, he's hopped into his van and headed straight for the surviving Avengers, who look pretty down and defeated in the footage we've seen so far. But upon seeing Scott Lang alive, Cap seems to find a bit of hope in all the misery. Ant-Man's solo films have definitely been smaller, no pun intended, than some of the other Avengers.
Ha ha ha. Alright, get your jokes out now.
There aren't any dark elves trying to turn the galaxy into a dark void, for instance. Seriously, why didn't the Avengers assemble for that one? But while Ant-Man's appearances haven't had the same scope as some of the other Avengers, that's all about to change in Endgame as Scott joins the big leagues. Again, no pun intended. So how exactly did Scott escape the quantum realm? When he went in, Hope and Hank were on the other end monitoring him, but when Thanos snapped his fingers, both of them vanished into dust, leaving Scott trapped in the realm. Fans have been wondering how Scott gets out of the quantum realm as he's been featured in both Avengers Endgame trailers, with the second one showcasing Scott learning about what happened when the Avengers faced off against Thanos. Many believe Scott used the Time Vortexes that were hinted at in Ant-Man and the Wasp, which makes him the key to Scott escaping from the quantum realm on his own. Then Scott decides to drive through the wasteland that is America post-snap to New York from San Francisco in order to deliver some crucial information to the Avengers. That information is likely the possibility of time vortexes in the quantum realm being real, which can therefore be used to stop Thanos from completing his mission before it even happens. But the importance and magnitude of Scott's arrival in the Avengers compound has been a bit overshadowed as we've all been looking forward toward the reveal of Captain Marvel, who will join forces with the Avengers to stop Thanos once and for all. She was hyped up to be the most powerful character in the MCU, and all signs were pointing to her being the key to defeating Thanos as the Avengers are low on support these days and can use all the firepower they can get their hands on. Some thought that Captain Marvel would be the key to the time-traveling theory that had been kicked around online, and for a while there was even a theory going around on the internet that Captain Marvel's powers came from the quantum realm itself. But of course that was just an internet rumor, as her solo film reveals she got her powers from the Tesseract. This means that time traveling falls squarely on the shoulders of Scott Lang. One thing is for certain about Endgame and Captain Marvel, and that is that she'll be there from the very start of the movie.
Let's go get this son of a...
Thanks to the after-credit scene of her movie, fans know that the half-Kree, half-human superhero got Fury's page and immediately came to Earth asking for her friend. Seeing that Rogers still has his beard in this scene, we'd assume this is not long after the decimation happened and that Carol stuck around for however long has passed between the two Avengers films. So while she may not be the key to time traveling as some had initially thought, she likely will still be a key addition to the Avengers roster, especially in their hour of need. With Carol and Thor on the offensive, the Avengers are looking quite powerful these days, but the Captain Marvel movie also shed some light on her powers, or rather where they came from. As previously stated, many people were wondering if her powers originated from the quantum realm itself, which would be why Captain Marvel plays such an integral role in Endgame. But her solo film actually revealed that she got her powers from the Tesseract, aka the Power Stone. Suddenly, Captain Marvel's importance in the grand scheme of things has dropped a bit. She's certainly powerful and will be a much needed ally in the actual fight to come, but she's no longer the solution to getting the Avengers into the quantum realm, which is the running theory for how the team will stop the decimation and bring all those who were dusted back to life. So while we may be less focused on Captain Marvel's importance to the plot, we can shift our attention elsewhere. All eyes will likely be on the original Avengers during the runtime of Endgame.
Because if we can't protect the Earth, you can be damn well sure we'll avenge it.
This is likely the end of the line for many of them, with the odds stacked against Steve and Tony in particular. Most of the survivors of the decimation were conveniently Phase 1 characters like Thor, Black Widow, Hulk, and Hawkeye. They'll need plenty of help from the survivors though, such as Okoye, Nebula, and perhaps most importantly to the actual story, Ant-Man. The latest Avengers trailer showcased that the team gets some fancy new white suits, outfits that look perfectly suited for bringing a team through the chaos that is the quantum realm's time vortexes. This is where the survivors really become a team, as with Scott's information on the quantum realm and the time vortexes found inside of it, individuals like Tony and Bruce work on formulas to get the team inside the realm. The white suits seem to be another one of Scott's own contributions to the cause. The white, black, and red motif that the suits are sporting echo the one that Hank Pym wore in the quantum realm as seen in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Perhaps this is a tribute to his fallen mentor. One thing for certain is that the plan wouldn't be possible without Scott, who lays the groundwork for the quantum realm and opens the door to the other Avengers, who likely never heard of it before, let alone thought time travel was possible. So what will be the point of the journey through time? There are a few theories out there, the most obvious being to simply prevent Thanos from gathering the stones or preventing him from snapping his fingers, in the end using the benefit of hindsight to their advantage.
You should have gone for the head.
Another theory that has emerged online is that the Avengers will go back in time in hopes of copying the stones and have their own complete set to contend with Thanos. But will the Avengers ever be truly prepared to face Thanos again, even with time on their side? That is a question that is likely hanging over the Avengers' heads right now. But the Avengers are seemingly trying to go through the realm to stop Thanos. Scott Lang has suddenly become one of the most important characters in the entire MCU for this purpose. The only other beings who knew how to navigate and enter the quantum realm have all died at the hands of Thanos, which makes Scott's knowledge incredibly valuable to whatever happens in Endgame. Without him, the Avengers wouldn't even be granted the opportunity to go and don the new white suits and try something new. Ant-Man has always been something of a minor character and was never as beloved as characters like Captain America or Thor. But to suddenly make the little guy the key to success is a nice payoff for the character, who as a superhero made his comic book debut back in 1962 as Hank Pym, who was created by Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, and Larry Lieber. Paul Rudd's character, Scott Lang, is a different Ant-Man who made his comic book debut in 1979 and was created by David Michelin and John Byrne.
Does anyone have any orange slices?
In the MCU, Scott likely put two and two together when he came back from the quantum realm. He was confused about everyone being dead and probably didn't fully understand how he got out of the quantum realm himself. But he understands the realm enough to know that getting back into it is the only way to bring all those people on the missing posters back, once he truly learns what has happened to them. Not only does he provide the formulas and the key to the quantum realm, but he'll also provide the schematics and materials needed for the suits. As we know, the quantum realm is a volatile place that can tear through space and time. The white suits will likely protect the Avengers from the negative effects of the quantum realm and will allow them to safely pass through time. Plus, the Avengers themselves look pretty slick standing there in the new outfits. The only question that now remains is when will the Avengers arrive once they leave the realm? Can they figure out a formula to allow them to pick their arrival time, or will they miss their desired mark a bit and arrive too early or too late? These are all questions we simply don't have the answers to yet. But regardless of what happens, once the Avengers come out on the other side, one thing is for certain. The Avengers have a mission: to stop Thanos and bring back everyone who died during the decimation. For the Avengers, that means bringing back old friends as well as the rest of the universe. But for Scott and Clint, who also returns in Avengers Endgame as Ronin, their goals are much more focused as they want to see their families brought back. For Scott, that's his daughter Cassie. Of course, Scott wants to help save the world, but he has a personal stake that the other Avengers lack in their lives. They're all friends with each other, but they don't see much of the outside world, at least those who are alive. T'Challa also has plenty of friends and family, but he was one of the victims in the decimation. All of Thor's friends are basically all dead, while characters like Rogers and Stark can find their only friends and family within the Avengers circle. Scott, like Hawkeye, actually has a home to go to with a family. Unlike Clint, Scott has the formulas that may be able to save her and trillions of lives across the cosmos. No pressure or anything.
Awesome.
If only Cap could see you now.
Do you think that the key to bringing down Thanos and undoing the decimation lies with Scott Lang providing information on the quantum realm? Is time traveling really the key to stopping the Mad Titan, or have we been looking too hard into this? The Russos did confirm they're misdirecting everyone with the marketing. Perhaps we have it all wrong. If so, how do you think the Avengers will undo what has been done? Thanks for watching.